What's going on, guys? It's your boy Motoman Dan, and today we're just gonna quickly talk about the thing that I put on Reddit. 0 battles, 0 victories, 0 losses. Legendary very hard difficulty. I got a bunch of upvotes, and this guy was like, nobody can tell what you're doing, they can't refute it, blah blah blah. And this guy down here says, please include my comment in the YouTube video made about this obscure subgenre of gaming achievement hunting. So I guess there's a little bit of need for this. So the guys at the Blackbeard of Nagash actually proved problematic there towards the end because I could not diplomacy them. Everybody else, I pretty much diplomacied eventually to get them to have peace. So when you do the ultimate campaign victory, which is in the settings to start the map, it gives your, it doesn't matter what faction you are, it gives you the ultimate campaign victory where everybody has to be, or no factions have to be at war with you, which you can use this guy to force peace between other factions and you. So when you do the ultimate in-game crisis, where all the crises spawn, all of them have or are against you, which means you need a lot of books and you need a lot of time. I use a lot of transfer of settlement to kind of get things to happen. So you can see here that an ogre kingdom took the King's Glade. I was trying to respawn Orion so I could get his trait, because I think some of the schemes can happen. All of these schemes here are completed. Just because you can construct like a ravaging host for this one. These guys got destroyed anyways without me, so I didn't have to worry about that. Corruption was easy enough. I had a one of these armies here is filled with heroes. So I went to 3 different locations. I went to Castle Drakenhof to increase its corruption to 100. Then also the monolith up here of the Bloody Hand, and then over at Zar Nagarund. Those 3 locations need corruption. So I built this guy and went to those 3 locations. I avoided all combat, and when I went over here to Zar Nagarond, I wasn't under any pressure for anybody attacking me for either of those sides. I came down here with the army because of these guys at the Blackbeard and Nagash. I was going to stand there and increase corruption and decrease public order and hope that they kind of whittles them down if I was able to have some trickster cults kind of show up in there. So I was just kind of moving my guys down, waiting for the trickster cult to spread. So it starts with one of these. I think it's a Needling or Wurtbad, maybe Kemperbad, I can't remember. And so every single thing I have is all 4 of these. So the Parliament of Lies, which increases diplomacy, and then Twisted Volary, which gives it a chance to spread to a nearby settlement. Sanctum of Subterfuge, which gives me the books and I guess control, as well as decreases discoverability, and then this illusion building, which gives me income. So I have a ton of income, I have a ton of armies. You can only have that amount of books, just a massive amount of grimoires, and that allows me to continuously cast the Changing of the Ways, which I eventually got all of those as well. I had to build a few buildings and then destroy them just for the researches. And here at Needling, I also have this tier 5 building, and that's just so I could start pumping out armies to get myself strength ranking to where I can start to, declare peace and stuff, because I only had the one guy for the longest time, just the Changeling. I didn't have any army on him at all. He just sat there for turn after turn after turn, waiting for this stuff to spread. And after I got a certain amount of money, I just felt like it was time. Then I started pumping out armies like nobody's business, and my strength ranking went through the roof, and then everybody all of a sudden wanted to be my friend because I'm the strongest thing on the planet. So let's go to the end records. So here is this guy. So we're going to there's turn 2. I don't know what the red is. Oh, it's turn 77. Let's go to turn 10 because turn 10 is a big turn. Like their context. That's the 77. Go. Because turn 10 is when everything's spawned. Wish I could just fast forward. Okay. This should take us to turn 10 pretty quick. 8, 9. It's going to be a bunch of these war declared because all the guys that popped up. Oh, maybe it was turn 12 that they all showed up. That makes sense because I think Skaven were like 15 or 16. So I only had the one Trickster cult for a while. I don't know, 20, 30, maybe 40 turns. And then eventually it spread once, and then it spread a few more times. When one of those things were completed, like those mini quests, I got a spare dude, and I popped him over in Lustria because I knew it would take forever for me to get to Lustria. So I overtook Lustria, one cult over there, and then I had one cult in the Empire, and it took a while before I got another guy who I put over in the High Elves territory, but that wasn't until much later in the game. So I guess you can't really see stuff here as far as like me. I don't think this red is me. No, there's no way. I saw this must be the Empire lady, but I don't know. I guess you can't see what I've done in my territory. So we'll just go back and take another look real quick. Zoom out. But as we can see here, so this section in the desert is the last stand. So I had to get people to become my ally or to stop being my enemy, I should say. And once I made peace with them using the grimoires, they never declared war on me again because most of them, and the White Dwarf, I mean, look at this. He took the entire South Badlands. He took almost all of Africa, almost all South America. I mean, he was just cooking. He was cooking. And he was strength ranking number 1 for a long time. So I had to make the Black Pyramid of Nagash guys. I had to make them enemies using the grimoires. So I made them enemies. I traded off some of their territory as well. I even brought Mazdamundi over here and then forced them to become at war with each other. It wasn't until he attacked the White Dwarfs when the White Dwarf stepped in, even though they were at war with him for a while, because I told them to be at war with him. And I had to also start having forcing peace between the White Dwarf and all of his other enemies, like the High Elves, because he was spending time over there, and that was making him lose his focus. I guess I don't know how the AI works exactly in this, but yeah. I think this can be optimized because I went to 200% for the strength ranking of the ultimate in-game crisis, but I think if you did just like the lowest percent, it wouldn't be as difficult to get through this. There's turn 237. Yeah, you just can't see any of my stuff, unfortunately. So, but you can't see that we just do lots and lots of construction of all of those buildings over and over again. It'd be kind of cool if we had like a special building, but there was no special building. So, yeah, and then the final nail in the coffin I'll show you guys is this guy right here, Fort Soul. This was the final nail in the coffin. I was getting this ready, the Reality Wound, because this is the very last settlement of that skeleton faction. But these guys were already on their way. They're vassal to me. I was lucky to get these guys as a vassal. Alariel. I don't even know why they were easily vassalized. I mean, I had to spend a bunch of money on them. I just checked the quick deal, and this was at like -15 or something. I was able to buy them out, so no idea why. I didn't even have a cult over there at the time, so now I have a few of the cults. Oh, a couple more actually that popped up once I was towards the end game. I just started skipping a bunch. But yeah, you can see all these cults here. It just spread to the far corners. I had to run away from the dwarves once. Whenever I was making my way from Monolith all the way over to Zarnagorond to get the other, what is it called, scheme completion, I had to run away from one of his armies, kind of run double back down to here, and then over the mountains. But I got there. So yeah, so we completed this one. Sins of the South. These ones are easy because they just, if it shows up, then you complete it. This one also, oh yeah, I also noticed Skaven Blight. That was a bit of a tricky situation as well because these dwarves, I didn't have the cults over in the dwarf section, but they kind of took this area. I thought they were going to attack me because I ran right in front of them and they had all these armies, but I was running an ambush stance and luckily they didn't find me because I went straight through this mountain pass. Stood over by Skaven Blight and got that, popped that scheme there. And then was there any other special ones? So that one, Zarnagorond, that's that one. That gives you upkeep reduction, which didn't really matter. These guys, this happened automatically, which is dope. Spirit of the Jungle to finish the Great Plain must have got destroyed by something else, probably by Skaven over there. And then Isa one I did, yeah, those are the ones I did. I didn't end up getting the Nagaroth, but we could have done a few of them up there. I was kind of planning on it if I needed to. This one, this is what we had to run up for the Monolith for. Not super important, but it just gave me something to do while I was waiting, because I was literally waiting. This one was a good one. Ingrad, Kislev, and Prague. They're not too far away. So you just get this guy here. Kislev and Prague. And once you have a cult in all three of those, then get an extra dude. And so I put him over in the Ulthuan area, but the first one I put over in Lustria. And take a look at Lustria real quick. So you can see it went all the way up to here. I don't know if it would cross that border. I kind of hope it would, but it might be one of those things where I would have to wait for it to go all the way far north, then east and south. Oh, and there's the islands on the left, the turtle shallows. Yeah, so it went basically the entire Lustria taken care of. So yeah, it was kind of boring. It's a lot of just building buildings over and over and over again in all of these provinces. Whole bunch of them, but I made it happen. And here's the stats of it all. So turn 317. At the end of turn of 316 is when Alariol took over that settlement, killed that faction. So then at the beginning of 317 is when I completed it. 266 cults. We got 2,700 buildings, 42 techs, 26 missions. We encountered 149 factions. We were at war with 37 enemies at once. Current allies. War declaration. Oh, current allies is 3. War declaration 61. Most wars 37. Okay. 2 vassals. Yep. Ton of income, ton of money, mostly from cults. Expenditures, a lot of expenditures. There you go. We ended up with 18 armies, 19 armies. Yeah, 19 armies in total. So yeah, 0 battles, 0 victories, 0 losses, 0 aftermaths. Hero actions. I didn't actually do any hero actions, but I think I lost 1 or 2 heroes to enemy heroes sniping my dudes in the hero stack that I have. I know at least one of them died, but I think one of them died outside of the hero stack before I could join him into the hero army. Okay, well, that was that. It was, you know, it was just one of those things that was just itching on my brain to see if it's possible, and lo and behold, it is. So, I wouldn't recommend it because it was boring as all get out. Boring as you can imagine, but if there's a speed run, maybe this is the way to speed run the game. To play these guys and to get that achievement. I don't know. I don't know. if you were looking at fewer turns, and you'd have to probably save scum the percent chance of it spreading to another settlement. But yeah, cool. That's the Trickster for you. I'm not a huge fan. When I was achievement hunting, I played it on the main campaign map, and it was not bad. But this one, geez, this one's massive. He's definitely OP because you can just sit inside your cult settlement area and just like, even if an enemy like walks past you, you can just choose not to attack them. It's not like a ambush where they walk past you, they discover the ambush, and then you can decline the ambush, but then they know you're there and then they can attack you. It's just they just don't even know you exist, which is wild, absolutely wild. So you can pretty much just, as long as you're staying inside of a territory that is has a Trickster cult, then you can just walk around in the shadows. I don't know, to stay safe. So it's definitely, if anything is a beginner friendly faction, it's this one. There's absolutely no downside to playing this faction. How bizarre. It's definitely a very different mechanic. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. If you have questions about it or whatever, just let me know. If you need the save file, I can give you the save file if you want to take a look at it yourself. But that's everything. Cool. Catch you later. Deuces.